your organization in 2021. If you're somebody who is interested in productivity improvements in 2021, in this video series and in this live stream, we're going to be talking about how you can help your organization. I've got 6 tips for you this morning and maybe a couple of bonus extra ones. What we're talking about is how to help your organization make a big move. We are working through a series of 10 videos. This is one of the first videos that we're recording. We've done a couple of others on the summary points. We're going to do a deep dive on these 10 elements, the 10 elements of business strategy that are going to help your organization grow and be anti-fragile in the future. So something I'm going to be talking about here today is the 6 productivity improvement tips and hacks, the things that you can be doing in your organization to be helping with productivity. So we have got our dashboard up, so I apologize for turning away from the camera. But we have got a team there on LinkedIn watching live. It's always really interesting for me if you can let me know where in the world you are watching from. What have you got going on? So in the comments there on the side of LinkedIn Live, let me know where you are. Say hello. Let me know who's with us. And if you are coming on live on YouTube, let me know where you are watching from. So we are streaming live to YouTube and obviously LinkedIn. And I've got a dashboard of questions. I'm here to, and comments right beside me. So if you have got comments, if you have got questions, please hit me with those. I'm here live for you guys. It's only going to be a quick one this morning, so I won't take too much of your time. I appreciate everybody's attention. I know we're all really busy, and I hope you're enjoying the videos and the content. We've lifted the game on LinkedIn, and I hope you're enjoying that. We're obviously seeing a lot more likes and comments on our posts there on LinkedIn. So I'm really enjoying that, and I hope you're enjoying it too and getting some value from it. So if you are watching live on LinkedIn, let me know where you're watching from. Hey, Ashley, good to have you on board. Ashley, did you ask a question that I didn't answer? I think maybe the other day. So if there's something that I haven't answered, maybe let's get that now. Hey, Stan, good to have you on LinkedIn as always. I hope you're enjoying what we're putting together for you. We do also need to have a catch up. So I want to catch up with both of you at some stage, get some inputs in what you guys want to see from us here from Best Practice. Hey, Jerry, great to have you back. Good session this morning. I really enjoyed that one. So I hope you enjoyed and got some value out of it. I'm going to do a deep dive with my 6 tips on how you can achieve productivity improvements in your organization as we go through and look at what big moves, big strategic moves your organization can be making in 2021. 2020 was a challenge for a lot of organizations, obviously with the COVID-19 pandemic. Still a lot of industries suffering. It's something to start to think about. But one thing we can do is we can start to look at productivity improvement. So I'm going to start with tip number 1, team training. As a manager, as somebody in an organization who's responsible for leading people, I don't think organizations are doing enough training and enough real-time training. So that's 5 minutes in the morning. If it's a sales team, 5 minutes on scripts. What are the scripts we're using? What are the objections that we're handling? And having your sales team doing regular daily training, thinking about the scripts, calibrating each other, getting on the same page with concepts. So training is a really important element, and thinking about what the small structures of training look like in your organization. What's some of the formal training that people need to be doing to build their confidence, to build their competence? We don't need to go and do, kind of big courses, go off site. The world has changed, and there is a huge amount of training available now online. There's a huge amount of training available on YouTube free. You can kind of search almost any topic. The numbers of videos being uploaded to YouTube in business content and professional content onto the YouTube platform. YouTube is the 2nd largest search engine on the planet behind Google, and its search functionality is getting better and better all of the time. So think about what you can do with your YouTube training. Thanks very much, Ashley. I'm glad Vanessa was able to help you. I know I'm difficult to get hold of, been super busy. So, but if there is ever a question, be persistent and be tenacious, and I'll get to those questions if you guys have got them. I know a lot of people have been emailing in, and I haven't been getting to all of those emails because I've been busy, but the team are checking my email inbox. So if you do need to get hold of me, kobe@bestpractice.biz. Is my email address, kobi@bestpractice.biz. And Caitlin monitors my email inbox, so she can help out there. Okay, I think I'm going to run out of voice soon, so I'm going to be quick. I have been talking all morning. Okay, let's get into productivity tip number 2, focusing on the right things. And what do I mean by focusing on the right things? Getting your leadership management team together to have a discussion about what the core goals are for the next 12 weeks. If we can get them together and we can say, hey guys, it's really easy to get distracted. Days turn into weeks, minutes turn into hours, hours turn into days, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months. And before you know it, the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic, it's now 2021. The last year went so quickly for me, particularly. I don't know if it went quickly for you, but if we can get people together and just focus on, if we think about the next 12 weeks, if you think about that, we're recording this video live at the beginning of March 2021. And I want you to be thinking about March, April, May 2021. And if you're watching this after the recording, think about what happened in March, April, May, or think about what could happen. What are the goals you've got? What's one simple, really important thing that you could be focusing on doing that's going to help you and it's going to really propel you? And doing those little small things every day is going to help us move forward. So productivity tip number 2 is, can you get your leadership executive team together to just have maybe a 2-hour discussion about getting on the same page? Let's get on the same page with the goals and the focus of the team. Let's rally behind that and let's hit some of those milestones. Because if we can hit that milestone, then celebrate with a rewards program, then we're going to actually see the organization grow and we're going to see some big improvements. If you can set up a cadence to be kind of getting together in 12-week or 90-day sprints, 90-day sprints, it's well proven. It's an excellent way to keep us focused, and it's an excellent way to kind of also push back the distractions. When a distraction comes up or an opportunity comes up, you can kind of say to the team, look, we've only got 6 more weeks left of this sprint. So can we park that idea to the next discussion? And if it's still important, we can change our focus. So we want to kind of focus on the achievable and realistic goals we've got for this 90-day sprint. Then we can move the distractions to the next 90-day sprint. We can bring it back in. We can stop the game for 2 hours. We can say, right, let's reset our priorities and then go again. So productivity tip number 2, get your executive leadership team together and have a conversation about what does your 90-day sprint look like so that you can start celebrating some core milestones that you're achieving in your organization. Okay, productivity tip number 3 in the organization is to ask everybody what is their number. We want to improve our productivity in the organization. My question is, are our team members in the organization focusing on the right things? So when you look around your organization, does everybody have a number? What's the one number if you took everything else away and you just said to each person in your team, I just want you to focus on one thing? What would that one number be? And can you put that number on a graph? And can you track that person maybe daily, maybe weekly, maybe monthly on their achievements towards achieving that number? It's not that this is a performance management plan. This is actually bringing focus. So if you're a professional golfer, if you're a professional sports person, if you're a professional musician, if you're an investor, if you're a trader, if you're doing anything, you're kind of going to be watching a number. And so when we think about our organizations and we think about productivity improvements, we do need to start to think about what's that one thing each person is kind of responsible for, accountable for, focusing on in the organization. If we're getting distraction and we're not achieving those outcomes, it's often because we're missing that element. Okay, productivity tip number 4 is, what do we focus on as an organization? How are we going to measure from the team's perspective the one thing that might be really important for the organization? So what does need some productivity improvements, but we don't ask the question why. So if you're starting to look at productivity improvements in your organization, really easy to go and talk about some of the great ideas that everybody's got, but what is that one thing, or what's the most important thing that as a group we want to be focusing on improving? How will we measure if our productivity has been successful? How will we measure if our productivity improvements have been successful? Okay, productivity tip number 5. This is really interesting. In order to do more, we've got to do less. And when we talk about making your organization anti-fragile, we need to think about what are we going to take away. If we want to do more of things, well, there's only 72 20-minute segments in a day. Maybe you haven't thought like that before. And then when we think about everybody in our organization, what are the 72 20-minute segments being in the 24 hours of the day? We've all only got 24 hours. So how do we actually turn around and say, well, what do we do less of? In thinking about last week, I want you all to think about last week. Take some time to think about last week. I'm thinking about my last week. What did you do that was a waste of time? What did you do that you now regret? And in all honesty, is that thing going to happen again this week? Is it going to happen again next week? Because kind of now's the opportunity to do a little bit less of things so that you can fit in more of the things that you want to do. So the next question is, what do you want to do? What does your organization want to do? And when we're thinking about productivity improvement, we kind of got to make room for doing the things that productivity improvement can be kind of being more efficient, more effective, more bang for our buck, more experiences, more things ticked off our bucket list. But when we're thinking about what are we going to actually achieve, we kind of got to stop doing some things. And so it's also included, if you're measuring profitability, if productivity in your organization and productivity improvements drops out as profit, so we're spending less money, we're doing less things, or we're doing more, we're getting more revenue or more financial results out of the same amount of people, that goes straight to the bottom line and generates profit, or we're cutting out things making profit, then we can kind of do two things. We've got to do more of the things that generate revenue to increase our growth and grow our top line revenue. And then we kind of got to do less and cut some costs out of the organization. So you can start asking that question. So that real core question is, how do we do less? Okay. Productivity tip number 6, and the final tip, is recognizing what we have done. And it's counterintuitive because we're thinking, oh, we need to do more, we need to do more, we need to be more efficient. But it's also a question of saying, okay, well, what's the benchmark? Where are we at right now? Where are you at right now in your organization? What is a measure of productivity right now? What's the benchmark? Where are we starting from? Yeah, okay, we might need to be more efficient, and we need to get more capacity, and we need to do more, and we need to improve our productivity. But giving yourself some recognition for where you're at today, and maybe implementing some gratitude and saying, actually, look at what we have achieved. I think we're too quick to think about the future and trying to be, ahead of ourselves and getting anxious about what's going to happen. But what have you done? What has productivity is short, related to production. So what have we produced? How much did we produce? What have we done? And actually recognizing that actually we've done this much, and this is a point in time where you have got some achievements, and recognizing your achievements. Because if you're an organization like ours, you often don't get any credit for that. You don't get any credit. They talk about, it's lonely at the top for leaders. It is lonely at the top, and you kind of don't get that credit. So you've got to give yourself the credit to recognize, here's where I am and here's where I'm at. Okay, so those are my 6 tips for productivity improvements. We wanted to be super quick today. Hey, Cam. Hey, Luke. Thanks for your help in the studio. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Stan. Good crowd there in terms of what we've got across the 2 platforms. I hope this has been really valuable for you guys. I'm going to be working through these sessions. So these live sessions we do here out of the studio, I'm going to be helping you with your business strategy and the elements of your business plan to be focusing on over the next 10 videos. So we're going to be, over these next 10 live streams, I'm going to be taking you through, or the next 9, we've got 9 left. I'm going to be talking to you about the areas that your business plan and your strategic plan needs to be considering, and you need to be considering a big move. So my final question about productivity improvement, because that's where we're starting over the next 9 videos, we're going to be talking about areas of improvement to your strategy and areas of focus. What big move have you seen other organizations do in their world that is related to a big shift in productivity improvement, a big increase in capacity, or a big increase in efficiency? Often that comes from maybe recently in the last 4 or 5 years in business, a big tech play, and maybe a move. We moved and implemented a new financial system and a new CRM system here at Best Practice over the last 4 years, and that gave us some significant efficiencies. I mean, like crazy significant efficiencies, and that helped us with that. That was our big move on productivity improvement. I think we've done what we can on productivity improvement here at Best Practice. So I'm starting to look at our business growth strategy and what we can do to improve in different areas and have big moves in different areas. So if you enjoyed this video, in the next 9 live streams, same time, same place, every week here in the Best Practice TV studio, I'm going to be talking to you in detail with my tips on what you must be considering in your business plan and your business growth plan to help your organization significantly grow in the future and increase productivity, increase profitability, making your organization a great place to work, a great place to buy from, and more importantly, a great place to invest in. So if you're interested in growth strategy and you want to know more about growing organizations and how do we focus on the right things, then stay tuned and tune in at the same time every week when we go live and we talk about those growth strategies for your organization. Okay. If you're not following me on Instagram, please take some time to jump across onto the Instagram platform. We're trying to grow that account right now to give you guys some more content, a bit more pictorial activity of what's going on in the background, lots of great content. So if you don't see me on Instagram, check us out on LinkedIn. We're doing a lot more on LinkedIn. We've changed the game. We're seeing a lot more traction, which is really exciting. We're doing lots. Now our Facebook page is back up and running. We had a bit of a glitch with Facebook over the last couple of weeks with some politics. With the whole of Australia, many Australian Facebook pages being taken down. So we've got a great Facebook page. For you guys, in terms of learning and development, we run a news feed on our website, bestpractice.biz. We have anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4 articles per day going up on the news feed. It's a great opportunity for you to check in. Go to bestpractice.biz. First tab, top corner, is the news feed for you guys to check in and get your business professional development articles on a day-to-day basis. So if you don't see us on our website, if you don't see us on LinkedIn, if you don't see us on Instagram, if you don't see us on Facebook, you might see us on Clubhouse. I've set up a Clubhouse account. It's the new business talking app. We're going into rooms. We're having discussions. So I hope you can join us on Clubhouse. If you haven't downloaded Clubhouse and had a look at that, it's a great version. And if you don't hear us on Clubhouse, check out the Kobe Simmet audio experience on your favorite podcast platform. You can search my name and our podcast will come up. This big microphone that's right here in front of the video is capturing the audio so that you can listen in on your commute to the Kobe Simmet audio experience and our podcast platform. Now, if you don't see or hear from me on any of those other platforms, you guys know how this goes. You will definitely see us right here, same time, same place next week on Best Practice TV. Bye for now.